Hello, friends and family. Welcome to day 19 of my quest to crush large diffuse B cell aggressive lymphoma. Let's get into status. All right, eating. Not nauseous today, but not too hungry. So I'm not sure I ate the calories I needed to, but I ate. Mouth pain, no. Weights held steady. Fluid was good, 90 ounces in the last 24 hours. Sleep, not great, 5 hours and 40 minutes. However, my Fitbit gives me a score for sleep, and I got an 85, which is a B. That's not too bad. Not great, though. We'll work on that. I did not have a nap, but I was pretty wiped out. Did lay down for a few minutes, but it was just kind of a chill, not a nap. No new chemo symptoms. Don't think I have chemo brain, but you guys are going to have to keep me honest. I did well with movement yesterday in the last 24 hours. 7,900 steps and 4 sun salutations. My vitals were all fine. Doctor news. Still waiting to hear back from insurance. I did talk to them late. I talked to the doctor's office late this afternoon. They still hadn't heard. Right now they're tentatively probably scheduling me into the clinic for Thursday or Friday, waiting tentative on the insurance. I have some paperwork. I just sent in the paperwork for short-term disability to the doctor's office so they can fill out their part, and then I'll have to submit that to IBM. And then I have some paperwork to sign and such for like copay cards for the chemotherapy. I think that is all I have for the bulk of the status. And then we'll talk about accomplishments. And I guess I should comment, this is generic comment. I was feeling really good and lots of energy when I didn't have a full day. Today was not a bad day, but it was definitely more difficult going back to work and having the PICC line insertion this morning. So we'll talk about that a little later. But my general comment is I was doing well when I didn't have a lot on my plate. When I had a full day at work and the several extra hours with the PICC line that I didn't expect, then it was definitely more trying. And I think that was part of the issue with my sleep as well. A couple issues with my sleep, let me tell you. Okay, so I think I mentioned yesterday about my reading 20, 21, and 21. I'm doing well, maybe a little too well. Last night I lay down to read for 21 minutes and I just kept reading because I got into the story and I was probably reading over an hour, and that's part of the reason I didn't get more sleep, because I just kept reading. So it was pretty relaxing. I was laying in bed, but I was not asleep. So we'll take that for what it is. Yesterday I set 4 goals for myself. To load the dishwasher, check, did that. To straighten the kitchen, check, did that. I made sure to keep straight what was already straightened and added another counter. So I'm making slow but sure progress around the kitchen, so that makes me happy. Straighten the family room, I did not do that. Got a little out of time and overwhelmed. I have instructed the boys to do a few of those tasks to try and help. And then what's the last one? Clean the path into my office. That was also done, so check. So I accomplished 3 of my 4 goals for yesterday. Today, I was supposed to get the PICC line inserted, which I did do this morning. I arrived at 8:30. Did a lot of waiting. They didn't pull me until 9. Then that was like a little funky-do. And then finally, I think I wasn't done till close to 10:30. So that was much longer than I had anticipated. When they did it in the hospital, it was like 15 minutes. They got the line in and I was out. But, because it was outpatient and because it was, it was not at the hospital. It was at the radiology group. It just should have been a few minutes. And then beyond that, there was the interventional radiologist, the doctor that did it. We had a few issues. I'll just say that. He misestimated the length of the line, so he put it in and then realized it wasn't going to reach to the end point that it needed to, so he pulled it out and he put in another line, which wasn't horrible as far as how it felt, because, they insert through a needle. Sorry. And now, trigger warning, when I'm getting ready to go, he's like, well, there's a little oozing. And so I said, okay, like lymphatic fluid? And he's like, no, blood. And I'm like, okay. So he's applying pressure and it stopped. And then when I got home today, so I said to him, so if it oozes when I get home, what do I do? And he's like, oh, it won't. It's done. Everything's good. I'm like, so what do I do? He's like, well, raise it and apply pressure. So I'm like, fine. So trigger warning, turn away. It did ooze when I got home, but it stopped. So this is not new red. This was from earlier today. So I haven't figured out if I'm going to try and change the dressing myself. It's kind of an odd spot, or if I'll ask some nurse friends to help, or if I'll call the office and see what they want me to do. But for now, I'm going to leave it alone. Don't want to take any risk with infection because it's still pretty new. So that's that. And then I did go to work. I showed up a little late, close to 11 a.m. I expected it to be 10 a.m., so that was a little aggravating. So I did just finish work a little while ago, and that is why your video is so late today, and I'm sorry. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be a normal day, and maybe I'll get to sneak away at lunchtime and spend a few minutes doing the video, and then I'll be able to, do my editing earlier, so you guys get it, by 7 or 8, hopefully. Fingers crossed tomorrow. Let's see, what else do I have? A thank you for an angel delivery of paper plates and bowls. Thank you. And tomorrow, what's on the schedule for tomorrow? Work again, as far as I know. And we have a robotics meeting that I'll be attending. And I think that's all I have on tap. And tomorrow, since I do not have, I think the PICC line really the PICC line insertion was more strenuous physically than working the day, because I was able to get up, walk around, away from my desk for a moment here or there or whatever needed to be done. So I really think that what just took it out of me was the PICC line insertion, and it does still hurt. It's real low down by my elbow, and he was pushing hard, and I know there's some bruising going on, and it is what it is. But I've already done the flush and the draw. It's doing again. Sorry, trigger warning. I flushed and drew. It's working well. There's no issues with the PICC lines right now, and I'll make sure to continue to do that. Keep them working well. That's important. So what else can I tell you about here? I think that was all the news I had for you today. So thank you again all for coming along on the journey. Again, it was not a bad day, but it wasn't a great day. It was definitely exhausting. I'll be going to bed early tonight. As soon as I get done editing this video and getting it out there for you guys, it won't be too much longer and I'll have my head on the pillow. Oh, I changed up my head wrap today. This is just a scarf, which I do like very much. I think it was from Hope Scarves a couple of years ago. If you look real closely, these are all, you can't see the way it's wrapped probably. They're all ribbons and ribbon colors, but they're laid out in such a way it doesn't look like ribbons. They look like flowers. It's very pretty. And they're all the female cancers, basically. And it's called Hope Scarves. I think it's a fundraiser for metastatic breast cancer, which I've never had, but it's a good cause. And I like, I'm a fan of a scarf, so I jumped on it. And it matches all. Look, it's a look. Oh, now, I'll just mention, we talked, let me move over here. So I'm going to move over a little bit. We'll have my pictures over here. I'll push them up in the order, in my favorite order, which seemed to go with most of you. My favorite order is bald, or hats, scarves, whatever. Then the short brown wig. I'm not sure about the long brown wig because it's real hair. Sorry, I'm trying to give enough space for the pictures. Because it's real hair, it's hot. Like, it makes me hot. But I think it most looks like me. And then I agree the blonde is my least favorite at this point. For joining me on the journey. We will see you tomorrow. We love you. And remember, every day is a gift. Live it.